channel. I'm Sulakshana Vagbare and today we will learn about science. Now, what will happen if electric energy, that is power supply of your house, is cut off? Secondly, what will happen if your gas cylinder is finished? So, you will not able to watch this telecast and also you will not able to do any work in your house. So, these examples shows us that we are totally dependent on energy. So today we will learn sources of energy. So in this chapter we will see the importance of energy, what are the sources of energy, how should we use them, and how energy can be obtained with different sources of energy. So today, firstly, we will see what is fuel. Fuel is actually a substance or any material which provides energy. For example, in villages, wood acts as a fuel since people burn the wood and obtain heat from it. In our houses, mostly the electric energy is also a fuel by which lamps, lights, then fans also rotates. We can watch the TV, and also the LPG cylinder that we are having at house, it also a energy, means it is a fuel by burning which we get the heat energy. So fuel is a substance which provides us the energy. Then secondly, energy is actually can have any form. It can be sound energy, it can be electric energy, it can be light energy, and it can be converted from one form to another form. So firstly, we will study about fossil fuels since these are used at wide range in our day-to-day life. So first topic is fossil fuels. Now what is fossil fuel? Long time ago, the remains of means the dead bodies of plants and animals got buried inside the earth, and earth surface is exerting pressure on those dead bodies. They have large amount of pressure, and also temperature is increased inside the part of the earth. So because of that they got half burnt, means burning is there but they are half burnt, and so because of that those get converted into what you know fossil fuels, and we use these fossil fuels to obtain energy. Now the fossil fuels are of three forms: solids, liquids, and gases. In solids, the best example is coal. Now, it is believed that coal is obtained from the remains of the plants. Only from the plant origin coal is obtained. Now, this coal is used at large scale to produce electric energy in industries, and also if you remember, all trains were running on this burning coal. So coal was the source of heat energy providing the running of the engine in the old days train. Now here our next type of fossil fuel is liquid. In liquid you have mineral oil. Now this mineral oil is formed by the remains of marine plants and animals, means those plants and animals which were used to live inside the sea water. Now from this mineral oil, this is actually a raw material. From that we can obtain diesel, petrol, kerosene and fuel oil. And as you know, all the vehicles and many machines of the industries run on these petrol, diesel, kerosene and all. So this is also very important type of fuel. Then third type we have natural gas. So it is gaseous form. This is also found at the deep sea level, and also it is formed from remains of plants and animals which were used to live inside the sea. So now from the natural gas we can have we can obtain the different forms of natural gas. For example, methane, ethane, propane, butane, etc. Now natural gas is very conventional source of energy since it burns smokelessly, and also transportation of natural gas is very easier since it can be transported from source to destination by using pipes. So we can have the best example of natural gas. LPG at home is the best example of natural gas. You can see it burns with the blue flame and there is no substance left. For example, there is no solid or no gas, ash or and all. So here natural gas is very conventional source of energy and it is very useful. Now how the fossil fuels are formed, that I have explained you already. Now the question is, from where these fuels get energy for the formation. Now what we know, all forms of energy, but there must be the source of energy. So source of energy is sun. Sun is the only source of energy on the earth from which we get our energy. Now it is very wonderful. Sun provides us around 7 into 10 raised to 17 kilowatts of energy per year, and this energy is totally free of charge. We can use it at free of cost, and at any moment we can utilize this sun energy. Now I was talking about fossil fuels, how these are formed. Actually the plants and animals from which these fossil fuels are formed, those were living firstly and they utilized this energy of sun to live their life. For example, plant used to do photosynthesis, and because of photosynthesis they used to make their own food, and on that food plants and as well as animals were living. So photosynthesis was the process by which plants and animals both get this energy, and when they died, these plants and animals formed fossil fuels. So sun is the only source of energy we have, and nowadays due to the crisis of fossil fuels, I'm telling you, crisis means we have very less amounts of fossil fuels, so we are in danger that fossil fuels get disappeared from the earth after some time. So that's why we need another source of energy. So nowadays we are using solar energy in different forms. For example, we are using solar cookers, then solar cells are also used, and also there are solar heaters. Those are used for heating the water. That we will learn more in the higher standard. Here I'm just giving you example, and if you want you can find much about this by going through the higher standard textbooks or through the internet. But you can see solar lamps at villages, means during the day the solar energy is stored inside the lamp, and this energy is converted into light energy at night, which is used for lighting the houses. And here the next topic we have is energy and non-conventional sources of energy. So actually we have two types of sources. Conventional sources are called non-renewable sources. And non-conventional these are renewable sources. Here I will explain you. This you have learned in last standard already, means previous standards, but I will repeat this. Now, conventional sources of energy are those sources of energy which are very easy to use, but they have less deposits, means their deposits are very less and they are limited. We can't create those at home. It takes lakhs of years for their formation. For example, fossil fuels. So all these things, that is coal, mineral gas, mineral oil and natural gas, all these three comes in conventional sources of energy. These are called non-renewable because we can't renovate them. Then next are non-conventional sources of energy. Here I have already mentioned the example of solar energy. So solar energy is renewable source of energy since it is available at any time at free of cost. So this is solar energy. And also we have some other forms of conventional, means renewable sources of energy, just like wind energy, hydroelectric energy, then also biogas, biodiesel. These all are renewable sources of energy since we can use them at any time. For example, solar energy I have explained already. Wind energy is also available by using the wind. By using windmills, we can create electric energy, and definitely this electric energy can be used in different forms. Again, hydroelectric energy is created. The word itself explains us that hydroelectric, that means it is obtained by the falling of water. Turbines are run by using the energy of that falling water and electric energy is generated. Then biogas and biodiesel can be obtained by using the unwanted garbage from unwanted domestic garbage, then remains of the plants from the agriculture and all. So from these processes biogas and biodiesel is created. So these are the two types. So nowadays, since we have less deposit of fossil fuels and due to crisis of fossil fuels, more attention is paid on using non-conventional sources of energy. Now we will move towards the pollution which is caused by the use of fossil fuels. So let us have a look on pollution. Now what happens by burning the fossil fuel, it may be coal or natural gas, carbon dioxide gas is created while burning. So because of that burning, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing day by day. Now actually carbon dioxide gas is already present in the atmosphere, but its percentage is very less. But now the proportion of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere increasing day by day, and if you know, carbon dioxide gas has a capacity of trapping heat. I will explain you this. When heat from the sun comes to the earth, the part of it is remains on the earth and part of it is reflected back to the atmosphere. So because of less proportion of carbon dioxide, only the required amount of heat is trapped on the earth. But due to increase of carbon dioxide, the amount of heat trapped on the earth is increasing. So because of that, our earth's temperature is increasing day by day. So this is causing global warming. So this is the first disadvantage of the use of fossil fuels. Carbon dioxide gas causing global warming. Again, not only the carbon dioxide gas, other gases are also released in the atmosphere by burning these kind of fuels. For example, SO2, it is sulfur dioxide gas. CO, it is carbon monoxide gas, and also there are many more gases, but these two gases are more harmful. Sulfur dioxide gas causes regular and continuous coughing, and carbon monoxide gas is very dangerous. If you inhale it by accident, the nervous system or the respiratory system get disturbed. You can have the nausea, and the longer exposure of carbon monoxide gas can cause even death. So in this way, the fossil fuels are causing air pollution at larger extent. And also, we are cutting the trees day by day. So because of that, as you know, plants use carbon dioxide for the preparation of food in the process of photosynthesis. So by cutting the trees, the amount of the carbon dioxide gas is used is decreasing. So because of that, the proportion of the carbon dioxide also increases in the atmosphere, again causing the global warming. So these are the problems caused by use of fossil fuels. Now, so in order to decrease the pollution and also in order to have the other sources of energy by using, we can decrease the crisis of energy, we must use the non-conventional sources of energy, just like solar energy, hydroelectric energy, wind energy. We can use biogas for cooking purpose. Nowadays, in some villages, the biogas has been used for their cooking purposes. Now we will move towards our next concept.
A lot of students waste their precious time watching cartoons, movies, reality shows on TV. Then they waste their time on social networking sites. When the students sit to study, they are unable to concentrate to get your studies finished, and they get low marks in exams. Parents shell out tons of money from their pockets for coaching classes. But who knows what is taught in these classes? Teachers at times get bugged up when you ask them questions. YouTube has a lot of information but little of use. This is where Study Spectrum TV channel comes in picture. Every chapter explained by different teachers with different examples and repeat telecasts. We remember 20% of the audio ads we hear, 30% of the printed items we see. But we remember 70% of the audio visuals. That is why video teaching is a powerful medium to learn. After watching Study Spectrum TV channel, you get a peaceful sleep with no tensions and no worries. You devote less time towards your studies and you get better marks in your exams. Visit us on www.studyspectrum.com. Follow us on Facebook. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe for Study Spectrum TV channel and keep edifying.
Now topic is ozone depletion. Here I will explain you this in detail. Now, what is ozone depletion? Basically, ozone is a layer which is above the atmosphere. Now here I will explain you. Suppose this is our earth. Here is suppose our sun lies, and as you studied already in geography, we have the layer of safety, the atmosphere here, by which we have all the gases here, means ozone, hydrogen, air particles, dust particles, all these combination lies inside this atmosphere. Now here only we have the ozone layer. Ozone is actually the combination of 3 atoms of oxygen, so it is actually O3. So what it does, what is the means function of ozone layer? Actually, when sun rays enter to the atmosphere, ozone layer protect us from harmful rays came from the sun. For example, just like ultraviolet rays. These rays are very harmful. If they reach the earth, they can cause skin diseases and skin cancer also, and there are many other problems also. So, because of the pollution, that is air pollution caused by vehicles, industries and all, burning of fossil fuels, we have this kind of depletion in the ozone layer. Means there are hole created inside that ozone layer, and because of the depletion, the harmful rays are coming straight forward to the earth and they are causing the damage at various areas in our life. So in order to have safe our life and also the animals' life on the earth, we should use less amount of fossil fuels, so that it will help to reduce the pollution and also it will help to overcome the crisis of source of energy. So this was the ozone depletion. Now here I will tell you one more renewable source of energy, and it is atomic energy. Now what is atomic energy? In the other chapters, you must have learned about atom. All the materials, all the substances are made up of atoms. Now we have many elements. The elements which are higher in weight, for example uranium. Uranium is having large amount of electrons and proton inside it. So this heavy element, or we will say the nucleus of heavy element, is converted into the lighter element by bombarding protons on it. I will show you how. Suppose this is the nucleus of uranium having positive protons and chargeless neutrons, and electrons are rotating around the nucleus. Now suppose this is the nucleus of the uranium, means atom of the uranium. Now on this atom, neutrons are bombarded. Just like we have X-rays, there are means different particles, speedy particles like neutrons, protons, means they are separated from the atoms and they are accelerated with higher speed. So neutrons are bombarded on this particular atom. So because of that, this uranium get converted into the lighter weight atom. It can be lead. So, and because of this conversion, high amount of energy is released in the form of rays like alpha rays, beta rays or gamma rays. You will learn about this in higher standard. These rays are similar to X-rays, and these rays are high energy rays, so they can be used as a form of energy, means we can convert their energy into electric energy, and this energy can be utilized for different purposes. Now we have 2 atomic stations in India. One is at Maharashtra, it is at Tarapur, and one is at Surat, it is Kakrapara. So in these two means at these 2 stations, this atomic energy is converted into electric energy. So this is also very important source of renewable energy. By using this, we can minimize our energy crisis. This is very important source of energy here. Now, for this purpose, means for this energy crisis and for the problem of the pollution, our government is focusing on many points, such as finding out new sources of energy, giving preferences to renewable sources of energy just like solar energy, atomic energy, then using non-conventional sources of energy responsibly and sparingly, means we must pay attention while using them so that they will cause means we can minimize their use, and also if we are using, we will see that it will create less amount of pollution, and educating people about the difference between the 2 sources and advantages of using renewable sources of energy, and also promoting use of devices that consume less fuel, such as stoves, burners, lights, etc., that make our new technology. And also government is providing funds or subsidies for using the technology based on the solar energy or other renewable sources of energy. So in this way we complete here our chapter, and you can learn and also you can apply this knowledge in day-to-day life in order to carry your responsible citizenship responsibility. Now let us solve the exercise from your textbook. Here, first question is answer the following. In that you have first question, what is mean by fuel? In the first part only, I have explained you what is the fuel. So here is your answer. A fuel is a substance that produces energy on burning. Anything which produces energy acts as fuel. If you want, you can write the examples here. For example, wood, LPG gas, electric power supply, and also much more. Then next question is, name the different types of fossil fuels. Here also I have explained you, we have 3 forms of fossil fuels: solid, liquids and gases. And in solid we have studied about coal, in liquid we studied about mineral oil, and in the gases we had studied about the natural gas. So here you can write the answer: coal, mineral oil and natural gas are the 3 forms of fossil fuels which are solid, liquid and gases respectively. Then the next question is, which are the renewable sources of energy? Now here the whole chapter is based on this particular thing. Renewable sources of energy are those sources from which we can obtain energy again and again. The sources are unlimited here. So answer you will write, these are the sources which provides energy again and again. So the renewable sources of energy are solar energy, wind energy, hydroelectric energy, and also biogas and biodiesel are the renewable sources of energy. Then the next question is, which element is used in the production of atomic energy? So here one word answer is there. Uranium is used for the production of atomic power or atomic energy. The next question is, it is question number 2. It is give reasons. So first, deposits of fossil fuels are limited. Now again, in this particular part, you can mention the formation of fossil fuels, that is. Next question is question number 2. Give scientific reasons. In that first question we have deposits of fossil fuels are limited. Now in this particular question you have to write the formation of fossil fuels, how long it takes for the formation of fossil fuels, and how we are using the fossil fuels very fastly. So for that we will write the answer as lakhs of years ago remnants of plants and animals got buried inside the earth. They were converted into fossil fuels due to the highest pressure on the earth's surface and the increased temperature inside. So they got half burnt and got converted into fossil fuels. It takes lakhs of years for the formation of fossil fuels and their use is vast. That's why the deposits of fossil fuels are limited today. Then our next question is, solar energy is the source of all forms of fuel. Here I have already explained you the only source of energy is sun, and hence the solar energy is the only energy from which all the other forms of energy are derived. So in this particular part you can write the answer as the sun is the only source of energy among all the sources of energy. In the second point you can write this energy is absorbed by plants and animals and used for their nourishment. It is stored in them in the form of chemical energy. When plants and animals die, this energy becomes available in the form of fossil fuels and other fuels after long time. Thus the solar energy is the sources of all forms of the energy. Then next give reason is, here natural gas is convenient to use as a fuel. Now here in this part also, as you know, natural gas is a gaseous form of fossil fuel, and here you will write natural gas is easy to burn without creating any kind of smoke, and also the transportation of natural gas is easier since it can be transported from source to destination by using pipes. So or hence natural gas is convenient to use as a fuel. So this is the answer. Then next question is, the temperature of the atmosphere is rising. Now in this particular part I have explained you the why means the temperature of the atmosphere is rising. Obviously this is because of the rise of carbon dioxide gas, and because of that we have the problem of global warming. So answer you will write, with the rise in the population, the use of conventional sources of energy such as coal, natural gas, mineral oil, etc. increases. It creates pollution and it creates the larger amount of carbon dioxide gas. Now carbon dioxide gas has the capability of trapping the heat came from the sun, so it traps lots of amount of energy, and because of that the unwanted heat energy is trapped on the surface of the earth, hence the temperature of the atmosphere rising day by day. So this is the answer. Then next question you have, it is fill in the blank. So we will fill the blanks here. Now my first fill up is, charcoal is produced by burning wood in dash air. Your answer is insufficient air. Means charcoal is produced when wood is burnt in the lesser supply of air, means lesser supply of oxygen we can write. So it is insufficient. You have to double underline your answer. The next fill up is, all fossil fuels contain dash compounds. If you remember, all fossil fuels are made up of carbon and hydrogen. So that's why the combined word for hydrogen and carbon is hydrocarbon. So your answer is hydrocarbon compounds. Then in the next fill-up, dash and dash are renewable sources of energy. Actually, we have lots of sources of energy, but from according to your textbook, in this particular fill-up, you have to write wind energy, and hydroelectric energy. So you will write wind energy and hydroelectric energy are renewable sources of energy. You can also write solar energy or the energy which is produced in biodiesel or biogas plant, but here you have to write wind energy and hydroelectric energy. Now next fill up is in Maharashtra there is atomic power project at, obviously answer is Tarapur. So in this way you will solve your exercise, and last question is match the following. Now our last question is match the following. So here I will just explain you orally. In the first group you have mineral oil, atomic energy, wind energy and fossil fuel. And in the next group you have buried plants and animals, renewable energy source, then uranium and petrol. So here we will match. Definitely mineral oil is the example of mineral oil is here given in the group B. So mineral oil matches with petrol. Then atomic energy is created by using uranium. So for the atomic energy, the matchup is uranium. Then for wind energy, definitely it is example of renewable energy source. So in wind energy, you will write renewable energy source. Then fossil fuel, it is means the formation of fossil fuel takes place due to buried plants and animals. So first is the matchup. So you will write fossil fuel dash buried plants and animals. Now at this particular page, at this particular point, your exercise is finished, but you have some extra questions in between the chapter. So I will just tell you that orally. your first question, if you will see the textbook, is which energy is stored in cattle dung? So here your answer is chemical energy is stored in the cattle dung. Since the cattle dung is a substance, it is a material, so definitely there are some molecules, atoms, so that's why they will contribute means chemical energy. So chemical energy is stored in cattle dung. Next question, if you will see, it is why is solar energy why is solar energy more important in India? So basically you can write the answer in your own words, but here I will tell you one answer. In India, solar energy is available at larger quantity and almost throughout the year, since we get the sun rays directly. So therefore it is more important in India, means we can utilize more and more solar energy. For the third question is, what happens to solar energy absorbed in water? Means you have a sea or lake and solar energy is absorbed by the water. So how it is used? So you will write the answer. Solar energy absorbed in water is used partly by aquatic plants and animals. They survive due to this energy. Means they absorb the solar energy for their survival. The next question you will see, why do renewable sources of energy not cause pollution? Now this is very important question. So an answer is also very simple. You will write, renewable sources of energy on burning do not produce polluting substances, any polluting substances, hence they do not cause pollution. The next question is, with whom does the ownership of renewable sources of energy rest? The answer is, the ownership of renewable sources of energy does not rest with any particular person or nation. Solar energy, wind energy, etc. can be used by the entire human race, because the sources of renewable energy are not limited, they are unlimited. So they don't belong to anyone personally, they are available to each and everyone. So that's why they can be used by everyone. So here are your extra question and answer. Now accordingly you can study this chapter, and also I expect that apart from reading and writing, you will utilize this knowledge in day-to-day life in order to have a nice life and enjoy the life.